Here's the real question. Let's see if I push this off. Sorry, Justin, I'll come back to you. Does the desire on the part of a guy to want to be monogamous, to want to be a father, to want to be this, you know, quote unquote traditional guy, does that signal, does that telegraph beta? Does that telegraph this is a guy who doesn't fuck?
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rome, back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. And it's been a very long time since I reacted to any of Rollo Tomasi's content. I know some guys are not fan of his, and whatever your reasons is, you know, you're entitled to your opinion. However, when I came across this hit home and reached me personally so much that I could not ignore it. And that's why I stopped it where I stopped it at. This is, I think, one of the main reasons why men struggle with women, and why the bad guy versus the bad boy versus the good guy topic is such a huge thing in this space. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, I know exactly what he's talking about, and I'm gonna dive a little deeper, but I'm gonna go ahead and let him cook for a minute. Let's keep it moving.
Does that telegraph, does that make that, does that put in the, because we've had this conversation before, I still have not answered this question, and maybe this is something I need to talk to with Justin and Mike at some point, but we've had these conversations as far back as the So Suave days. If a guy is marriage minded, if a guy is monogamy minded, and he wants to have kids, and he wants to be the head of the household, and he wants to be a family man and everything else, which is, you know, ostensibly a family man today. If that guy is telegraphing those things, what is he telegraphing, right? Is he only because he has no options, right? Wait, hold there. No options? Is he telegraphing? Because here's the thing is, like, guys like the guy that was on, I forget his name, who was on Fresh and Fit. Sam, go dig that up for me. The guy's name who was just on recently on Tim Pool with Fresh and Fit. And he's got this idea, and I really wanted to dig into that. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to today, but maybe I'll save it for like a Wednesday show. But the guy, I want to riff on the entire episode of Tim Pool and Myron and Fresh, and this guy whose name is what? Somebody will give it to me. But they were just the question, like the guys who was the sort of tradcon, you know, pro fatherhood kind of, you know, man up and be a man kind of thing. It's like, this is the way we should have done things, right? I did stupid things. I fucked chicks when I was in my youth, but now I've learned my ways, right? Wandering warrior, is that what it is? Maybe that's what his name is. I don't know.
Yeah, the kind of guy that he is describing is basically what a lot of these women listen to when it comes to these male content creators that talk down on men. Like Ace Metaphor, Reform Pookie, Derek Jackson, Reform Pookie, Chad, Ray, what, like, you know what I mean? There's a reason why women were huge fans of the character Ghost on the 50 Cent show Power, because he's what women typically, especially black women, but women in general typically want. The reformed bad boy, the bad boy that wasn't up to any good, got caught up, you know what I mean, did his time, came back out, now he doing his thing and he's successful or whatever, you know what I mean? Because for women, they think they're getting the best of both worlds when they come across that kind of man. So that's why that's the thing. Let's keep it moving.
But that guy, if you like, here's the thing: is like the guy who had met his wife prior. If he had met his wife, the woman, the girlfriend, the woman who was going to be his wife, and he hadn't been the guy who fucked, if he hadn't been the guy who other women had some pre-selection for, or he hadn't been the guy who had the experience enough to attract and arouse the woman who was going to be his wife, if he hadn't had that, and if he started and he led and his game was all based on, well, I'm a real man and I've got Spartan energy and I've got Jason Howerton, thank you. And if he went in there as sort of like a man of God, if that was his game, would he even be married to her? Because she's not looking, maybe she was or maybe she wasn't, I don't know. But the long and the short of it is that women aren't looking for the guy who wants to be dad. They're looking for Mr. Exciting. They're looking for the guy who can rock their world. And then maybe he's going to be the guy who's going to be there for the long haul. He's the wants to fuck guy versus the guy who wants to be dad guy. And if you lead with, I'm going to be a good dad, I'm a good provider, here's an Excel spreadsheet of why you should marry me and not these other dudes that you fucked around with. If you lead with that, you're done.
Facts. And when I tell you guys, man, from my experience, this is one of the big reasons why I used to struggle so much with women, bro. And a big part of it had to do with my upbringing. Like, I mean, you got to understand, man, like, and this is just to my knowledge, and I'm just going off of what my mom told me. But the only men that I know of that my mom was ever with was my dad, my sister's dad, and a guy that she was dating in between the time of my dad and my sister's dad. So those are 3 men, right? So basically, I say that to say this: women don't move like that nowadays. And what I noticed is when I was younger and I would lead with, I want a girlfriend, I want a relationship, I want to get married, I want to have kids. Whenever I led with that, when I was trying to get to know women or, pursuing women, it always blew up in my face. And what I had to learn, this is something y'all gotta learn, you guys. The reason why women act like that is because when you lead with that, you've gotten rid of all the mystery of dating you now. Because you've basically put all your cards on the table. Now there's nothing for the woman, like he said, to be exciting about. You know what I mean? There's no roller coaster of emotions. None of that is happening now because you've already put everything on the table as far as what you want. And I think this is another reason why women think there is such a shortage of good men. It's not the fact that there is such a shortage of good men. It's just that men have waken up to what women respond to versus what women say they want. Because women say that they want a good man, but when men typically lead with this, just like he said, and based on my experience from doing the same thing, it's very, 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 very blue pill like. And I'm telling you right now, bro, it is not going to work for you. And if it does, 9 times out of 10, it's probably for a woman who's already passed the wall, probably done already had a bunch of kids, and it's probably not the woman that you would really want to be with long term. Because guys like myself, we in our 30s and 40s, no kids, we're looking for a woman that's childless like us so that way we can have our own family. But typically, women don't start taking this kind of thing seriously till they about to hit the wall. Kind of like Ebony K. Williams, for example. And you see now she over here changing her tune and trying to tell other women to pursue marriage and family when you're young. Yeah, because men don't want to try to start a family with women that are in their 30s and 40s. That's why so many of y'all in that age range are freezing y'all eggs, because y'all know how risky it is for y'all to try to have children at that age. So if that's the case, then women shouldn't be shaming men for wanting younger women either. Y'all are freezing y'all eggs because y'all know y'all too old to try to have children, but y'all want to shame men that don't have children for dating younger women that they can have children with.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
But
y'all heard it.
Overall, I really just wanted to go over this with you guys because I'm pretty sure there are plenty of guys that's watching me that have probably shared the same experience and can relate to this. And I'm letting you know right now, this is one of the reasons why we tell guys not to lead with that. Because y'all see what happens when you do. And y'all see what kind of men women really react to. If women reacted positively to men that led like that, it would be a lot of women being married. It would be a lot of men being married, starting families and relationships. But that's not what they respond to. And that's why you got what you got now in the dating market. So fellas, if you can relate to this, let me know in the comments. And if you have anything else, please let me know. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description, as well as my latest mixtape, Lost Music Volume 2. And if you want to purchase any of the merch, Spreadshot.com link is in the description as well. Until the next video, y'all, deuces.